So first of all, happy CX Day, happy Global CX Day to everybody. I think it's really a testament of us being part of a global community. The fact that we're sitting here on a Tuesday evening at 10 to 7 and having a conversation around CX transformation and the future of CX. And the fact that our counterparts globally are probably either early morning or midday having the same conversation. So welcome. I'm going to try and keep it really short and to the point because I know a lot of us have other commitments and we're running a little bit over time. So my conversation today is quite simple. I want to talk about the future of CX. And I'm going to start sharing some thoughts around what true CX transformation is. So if we pay attention and listen to some of those global thought leaders, what are they saying actually is true CX transformation, and why does it create more value for organizations if you pursue a true CX transformation strategy? Why do brands get it wrong? What happens that we fail at it? And how do you know if you're ready for a true CX transformation journey? And then we're going to go into the first brave step. So what can you actually do next in your journey? So I'm going to kick off with this. It's one of Forrester's CX predictions for 2020. And Harley Manning spoke about the fact that we're at a crossroads when it comes to customer experience and customer experience management. And that crossroad is money. And I'm sure a lot of you have this challenge in your organizations that you're struggling to show the return on investment of customer experience management. So as you put all those efforts into optimizing customer experience, can we show the rands and cents, the return on investment of all of those efforts? And Forrester was so pertinent that they actually spoke about the fact that this is a career defining point that we're at as CX professionals, the fact that we need to be able to show value for what we're doing. And probably those CX professionals that's able to show value and able to show return on investment are the ones that will take CX forward in the future. But why is it that we're struggling to show a return on investment? Why is it that we're struggling to talk rands and cents? Why is it that when there are business cases in the organization, that the CX business case sometimes is put at the bottom of the pile? Sometimes it's not the best or the strongest business case and therefore does not get the funding or airtime that it should get in the organization. And probably the answer or part of the answer to that is the fact that we need to differentiate between a product-centric customer experience transformation initiative or strategy and a customer-centric transformation initiative or strategy. If you were to imagine two organizations or two companies, on the left-hand side, you've got a product-centric organization, and on the right-hand side, you've got a customer-centric organization. And by the way, most of the global research companies will very quickly point out that only about 5 to 10% of brands have transformed to a true customer-centric organization, pursuing a true customer-centric strategy or vision. But we've got these two companies. What makes them different? Why is the one more successful and has a stronger customer experience transformation business case than the other? And it really boils down to the purpose of those two organizations or companies. If you look at a product-centric company, their core purpose, the reason why they exist, is to transfer or to distribute as many of their products as possible in the market. So you've got an insurance provider who's trying to sell as many insurance products in the market. You have a car manufacturer who's trying to sell as many cars in the market. You've got a retailer who's trying to distribute or sell as many of their retail products in the market. That's their core objective, their core purpose, their core reason for existing. That is what they built their organization around, their performance systems, their governance, their training, everything around achieving that specific purpose. On the right-hand side, you've got a customer-centric company that says, actually, our product is not why we exist. Why we exist is to understand the problems or the goals our customers have, and then to find the best way of making that happen, the best way of helping customers achieve their goals or solving their problems. That requires quite a different set of KPIs, processes, technology, governance, etc., than your product-centric company on the left-hand side. Your customer-centric company also becomes fairly product agnostic, as they're saying, but my passion, my reason for existence, my purpose here on earth is not my product. It's not the thing that I'm selling in the market. It is solving my customer's problem. And I need to find the best way of helping them solve that problem or achieve the goal they've got. And then I have to make sure I can make money out of it. Then I have to monetize it. And you can only do that through reverse engineering. So if we were to further compare a product-centric and a customer-centric organization against each other, True customer-centric transformation initiatives or strategies really transforms the purpose and the vision of the organization. It doesn't accept that and then translate that into a customer experience strategy. And I think a lot of us have been there where we are leading customer experience transformation initiatives and we accept the business's vision, purpose, mission, and strategy, and we translate that into a customer experience strategy for the organization. That work most probably fits in the product-centric world because we're taking that purpose of the organization, which in most cases research shows is product-centric, because it's about maximizing the distribution of the product in the market. And we translate that into a customer experience strategy. So the first key difference is that the purpose of a product-centric company is to maximize distribution of their product. They measure that typically through market share. That's one of their success measures. Whereas a customer-centric company says, I want to holistically solve the problems that my customers have. What is the best way of doing that, agnostic of my current product or capabilities? Secondly, product-centric organizations grow and innovate through making incremental changes to their products, their systems, their people, their processes. And by making these small changes over time, they release efficiencies and they can distribute more of that existing product into the market. Customer-centric organizations, however, found new ways of helping customers solve their problems. They found new innovative ways of truly helping customers achieve those goals they have. And they do that in a way that's product agnostic. They don't go back to their core and say, we are only X, we're only an insurance company, we are only a car manufacturer, we are only a retailer, and therefore we can only have this product that we distribute in the market to solve your problem. Success measures, we spoke about market share. So if your company is really passionate about market share, chances are good that they're sitting in the product-centric space. If you're really passionate about how profitable your products are and you've got a product profitability objective or target, you are probably very much product-centric. Customer-centric organizations, on the other hand, measure customer lifetime value, and they measure share of wallet in a very specific way. They measure it in a way that they actually look at what the customer's problem is or goal they want to achieve and how much of the money the customer is spending to achieve that goal or problem is coming to them. If you put that hat on, you realize really quickly actually that your customer is spending a lot of money to solve a problem that they're only spending 1, 2, 3, maybe 5 or 10% of their total spend with you over time to solve that problem, which means your product or service is actually not helping your customer solve that problem holistically. Then customer journeys. There's a fallacy or disbelief that product-centric companies don't talk to customers and don't have voice of customer programs. That is not true. They actually have really vast and big and complex voice of customer programs. The purpose, though, of their voice of customer programs and customer listening is getting feedback about the customer's journey with the brand or the product. And it is also getting feedback about the product itself. Did you like our product? Why not? What can we add to the product features or benefits that is missing? So the voice of customer programs are vast. And as a product-centric organizations, we're spending a lot of money on our voice of customer programs. Where customer-centric organizations differ is their customer listening or voice of customer really is about understanding what those goals or problems are that customers have in their lives, not when they journey with the organization, and what they're currently doing to solve those problems or achieve their goals, and what is missing from that. So what are they not getting? And how the organization can actually become better at helping them solve their problems and their goals. And this is probably the crux of why customer experience transformations that is truly customer-centric creates more value for organizations. On the left-hand side, we've got a simple or typical product maturity curve. We all know that. We launch a product in the market. After a couple of time, months or years, that product is mature, and you have to do something to that product to re-energize it and to redistribute it in the market. So you get increasing returns initially, and then at some point, those returns for that specific product starts diminishing. It starts becoming less over time, and you have to re-energize and change it and do something, either add features or benefits or repackage it to keep on getting value. On the right-hand side, customer relationships is infinitely profitable and valuable over time, and actually exponentially. So initially we invest in customer relationships within customer-centric organizations, but as soon as that customer is locked onto that organization, over time, we get the right to get more of that customer spend as we start solving bigger parts of their problems they have or goals they have within their lives. And customers start spending more money with us as a brand or with your brand as you get better at making available more services and products that help them solve the problem they have or the goal they want to achieve. And this really is the crux of why customer-centric CX transformations is more profitable over the long run, creates more revenue, and actually has a very strong business case, which we don't see typically in product-centric transformations. So why do brands fail at this? Well, firstly, we can't use customer-centric transformation to solve for unprofitable product-centric organizations. So I've been there where companies where I worked for or business units were not profitable, and they were attempting to use a customer-centric solution to solve for profitability. That doesn't work. You first have to be profitable, and you must be sustainably profitable before you start pursuing a customer-centric strategy. Second, there's lack of CEO buy-in. So unless the CEO actually drives the customer-centric transformation that actually is about solving customer problems and helping customers achieve their goals, we're not going to get anywhere. The third one is that a lot of companies start pursuing a customer-centric transformation initiative or strategy, but the vision and the purpose of the organization hasn't shifted. Their vision and purpose is still very much product-centric, orientated towards selling as many products in the market or distributing as many products in the market. That creates a lot of conflict in the organization, because on the one side, we try to bring in a customer-centric mindset that actually is about solving the problems of the customers or helping them achieve their goals. But the vision and purpose always takes us back to things like market share, product distribution, product profitability. So that vision and purpose have to shift in order to pursue a customer-centric transformation strategy. The fourth problem is that there's a lot of times there's slow momentum. So even though the organization is heading in the right direction, they're doing so very slowly. And that really impacts the credibility of the customer-centric transformation initiative in the organization. And it's closely linked to the fifth challenge that highlights why brands fail at true CX transformation or customer-centric transformation, is they're not showing results quickly enough. We need to show results early in the journey as quickly as possible. So how do you know if your brand is ready for CX transformation or true customer-centric CX transformation? If you're seeing a lot of competitors disintermediating your customer journeys, a lot of non-traditional competitors starting to play in your market, it's a key indicator that already in the market, your competitors are spending time in your customer journeys. They're disintermediating your product because they probably have a customer-centric hat on. The second indicator is if your customer growth has stalled, not your product growth, right? So you're not attracting new customers, and those customers that you have attracted as a brand are not buying more from you over time. So they're not spending more with you over time. Because if they're not spending with you, they're spending it with someone else in pursuit of solving their problems or achieving their goals. The third trigger that should make you pursue a customer-centric transformation initiative is that customers are still spending a lot of money solving their problems and goals, and they're not spending it with your brand. And I really want to use an insurance example here to make it real. When we start looking at why customers buy, for example, motor or car insurance, what the actual need is, the need is not having an insurance policy. A very large part of customers buy car insurance because they want to be mobile all the time. They might want to be able to be transported from point A to point B. And with their car insurance policy, they achieve that goal of being always mobile, because when something goes wrong, the insurance company can fix their car and give them a rental car so they actually can get from point A to point B. But we've also seen that there's a lot of other things our customers are doing to be always mobile. And we are not part of that. We're not in their journey where they're doing those things and they're spending money, and they're using brands and products in the market to make sure they're always mobile. That is a clear indicator that we're not yet customer-centric. Then a fourth trigger is your CEO is passionate about customers, and that your CEO has initiated or started a transformation journey for the organization. So as a CX practitioner or CX professional, that is the ideal time to start influencing your CEO or your executive team to start going on a true customer experience transformation initiative. And then the last one, if you can simply demonstrate the business case. If you have a business case that can show to your organization the value of pursuing a true customer-centric strategy, they will probably give you a bit of airtime that you can take them through that business case. So what are the first couple of steps we have to take? Well, the first is that someone has to decide in the organization they're going to take the lead to transform and to experience a customer-centric transformation. And that could be the customer experience lead or someone else. The second step is to create excitement around this. And then also to start fiddling with the business model. And that's where there's a lot of value that customer experience professionals can unleash, is if we fiddle with the business model and not just with the operating model in the organizations. We fiddle with how the organization makes money and actually starting to expand their core as they start getting better at helping customers solve their problems or achieve their goals. And then probably the last very important step is to have a robust business case that you grab the attention of your executive team. And then lastly, so in the future, as CX professionals, we need to shift our obsession. Our obsession at the moment with how customers are journeying with us, how they experience us, how we optimize touch points as they engage with us, is part of the challenge that is holding us back in creating a return on investment for our organizations. We should become much more passionate about journeying with our customers. And as we journey with them in their lives and get better at helping them solve their problems and helping them achieve their goals through the products and services we make available, we will also become much more successful and be able to generate higher revenue and profits for the organizations that we work in. Michelle, that's it from my side. I know we've run out of time, so please stay in contact. You've got my details on the screen as well. So if there's any questions and you don't have time right now to ask that, pop me a mail or connect with me on LinkedIn as well.